one of the biggest surprises this preseason so far, Trey Lance, I think there's a possible resurrection of his career coming into the works. It sucks for Trey Lance. They already have a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He would be perfect for the Chargers for what they want to do for the run game. Amari Hampton and him, Najee Harris. That run game would be insane. Greg Roman as an OC, Harbaugh, just the type of, players coach he is. I mean, we've seen him patting the shoulder pads for Trey Lance before his game, just trying to, instill that belief in Trey Lance. And we've seen it's worked. So far, the Hall of Fame game, he made some of the best throws that we've seen him make in his NFL career. Looked like a totally different passer than what we saw from him with the Dallas Cowboys, where he threw 5 interceptions in a game. The escapability in the second game for him in the preseason a couple days ago, showing that he has that dynamic ability. 7 carries for 48 yards and a touchdown. In the Hall of Fame game, he had 2 passing touchdowns, and he was moving the ball downfield, made some great throws. Just looked more comfortable in the pocket, looked more refined as a passer. So whatever the Chargers are doing, it's working. It's similar to the Sam Darnold situation where he went to the 49ers. Just a nice reset for him, and that just helped him, the next season put up MVP numbers with the Vikings. Who knows what he's going to do this year with Seattle, but just that reset, going to a franchise that, just helps you learn how to win, helps you learn a better process, and just, resetting things, resetting your development. This Chargers situation has been very beneficial for Trey Lance. It's been very needed. The player we've gotten in 2 games, we've already seen immense growth, which is saying a lot. It's just saying how much of an unfair shot he got with the 49ers. I know the 49ers were ready to win. They didn't have time to just develop him. They wanted him to go out there and perform to a high level. They gave up a lot of draft capital, so there was just too much pressure on him to succeed, and just the injuries. It was a bad situation from all areas with Trey Lance with his time with the 49ers. Then the Cowboys should have honestly gotten more starting opportunities over Cooper Rush, unfortunately. But, Trey Lance, rooting for him, still has some great talent, dynamic rushing ability, has some arm talent, can make throws, has a nice deep ball. Like Trey Lance, there's still a lot of upside to him. 25 years old too, so there are some teams out there that should trade for Trey Lance. The Rams, Matthew Stafford, still huge concerns about his back injury. Still not practicing yet. That's somebody, who knows? Stafford could retire after this season, hang it up, and they don't have a plan for their quarterback of the future. Trey Lance could come in with Sean McVay, a coach that will take his time, help him get to where he needs to be, build an offense around him, just, get the most out of Trey Lance. That would be a perfect spot for him. Devontae Adams is a perfect veteran receiver for him to throw the ball to. Puka Nacua, a young receiver that he could connect with, that's going to make him better. Terrence Ferguson at the tight end position, a really good defense, a young defense, one of the more stable organizations in the NFL. So him going to the Rams would be a perfect landing spot. The Steelers, Arthur Smith being a nice run-heavy offensive coordinator. He could, replace what the Steelers wanted to do with Justin Fields. And learning from Aaron Rodgers, Rodgers is going to retire this season. Who knows about Will Howard? I don't think the Steelers will have a top pick in next year's draft. So making a trade for Trey Lance, bringing him in, allowing him to learn day after day with Rodgers. We saw what that did for Jordan Love. And Rodgers, very interesting dude. A little cocky, a little arrogant. Maybe a lot of those. But still really good at, taking a young quarterback under his wing. So Trey Lance could learn a lot from Aaron Rodgers, be a better passer, pick up on, Aaron Rodgers' tendencies and stuff, and just instill that in his game. That'd be perfect for him. Mike Tomlin's another coach that, players coach, guys run through brick walls for Mike Tomlin, and that'd be somebody that could instill confidence into him as well. I think the Rams is a great destination. I think the Steelers is a great destination. And then the Saints. The Saints quarterback situation is very underwhelming. Uncertainty with, Spencer Rattler. We don't know what we're going to see from him this year. A lot of uncertainty with Tyler Shuff still. I think they could benefit from having a guy like Trey Lance, adding another guy with potential to be a starting quarterback for your franchise, and being a young guy too. He's the same age as Tyler Shuff. Why not? And Kellen Moore, I think that's a guy that is really good at getting the most out of his quarterbacks, really good at, playing to his strengths of his players. A great offensive mind. Did some creative things with the Philadelphia Eagles. Created a really good offense for them. So I think Kellen Moore would be another guy that could get a lot out of Trey Lance. So Trey Lance heading to the Rams, to the Saints, to the Steelers. Those are three destinations. Those are three teams that I think should be picking up the phone to get Trey Lance on their team. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.